I'm back. So sorry, y'all. I was just like, I don't know. I did a video and then I cut it off because I was like, wait a second, where am I going with this? What is going on? Like, I just want to do a video where I don't really actually, like most of my videos, where I don't actually know where I'm going with this. And so I'm just going to talk and you all will come on and see it when you see it. But, why am I traveling? I think that's the real question that I probably wanted to ask myself was, like, why am I traveling? And I realized I don't really have an answer. Like, I don't really have an answer to why am I traveling. I don't know. Like, I only could go back and figure out what prompted the traveling. Like, that's the only thing that I could do. And maybe in the going back, I could actually move forward or at least understand why I'm traveling. And I don't even know if it's necessary. I don't even know if it's necessary to have to know why you're traveling. Like, I asked the question, so I guess I thought it was. But I know for me, because traveling is growing and changing me so much and so rapidly, I don't know how this happens. There are things that I know about myself that I would have never known about myself had I not traveled, and they're very important things. So let me go with one that I realized. So, because I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and that's why number one reason why I'm traveling, because I want to learn and I want to grow and I want to learn about me and I want to grow within myself and I want to grow in my relationships. And one of the things that I was thinking was, I'll never forget this. I tell you, I remember when I used to come to Trinidad. This is like, it was this 2 year, maybe 2.5, 3 year span where I traveled to Trinidad. And I had a friend here, the same friend Clyde, and I would come and visit him and his family. And I've probably been here 4 or 5 times in that 2 or 2.5 year span. And I remember, so he had his mama has a house and he has a room in her house and he mostly would stay there. But he also had a house that he was building on and still is in Dago Martin, right? So after a while, it was nice being with him and his mom and like his mom. But like, that was his mother's house and that was his mother's kitchen. So I remember one day I said, listen, you can stay up here. I'm going to go in Dago Martin, yes, and by myself. I had no cell phone, I think, at the time, or if I did, it didn't work. It didn't work because I was in another country. The bathroom was outside, so in the South we call that an outhouse, okay? And it was a one room, but I had rather been in the one room by myself, or really I wanted to hang out with him at the time, but he was too, stuck staying over there. So one day I called his mom. Oh, actually, you know what? I guess I did. I was able to call locally because I'll never forget. I called his mom. I actually know. I know what I did. I went next door to his brother because his brother, and I called his house and his mom answered. I was like, "Oh, is the brother there?" And she was like, "No." And then she started laughing, and I said, "Man, why are you laughing?" And she was like, "Cause I understand why you're over there and not over here." And she said these wise words to me, and I've shared these words with some of y'all before. She said, a woman needs her own kitchen. I tried to explain that to him. And that's a metaphor but that kitchen, that's such an African saying. It's such a African proverb. I'm going to call it a Trinidadian proverb because that's where I heard it from, a Trinidadian mama. And she says, a woman needs her own kitchen. And that I didn't understand it then. I was 30, 40 years old, like I'm 52, it's 12 years later, but I understand it more than ever. So, and I'm going to really help to explain it. That metaphor she meant was, in a lot of ways, it was literal. A woman's, the determination of somebody's house, whose house is this, is who does the kitchen belong to. If the kitchen belongs to that woman, another woman can't come into that kitchen to me and even literally start cooking food because unless you get the respect from the other woman that owns the house or owns that kitchen. It's even like when I'm staying in, like I always say, oh my God, I gotta stay in a place when I travel, whether it's a hotel, whether it's an Airbnb, whether it's a guest house, whether it's a rental, whatever it is, I gotta have a kitchen. But what I really meant to say was I have to have my own kitchen. Because it's true, when I'm in a woman's house, I don't feel comfortable going in her kitchen. There was even a thing that it was not good or was called disrespectful in Black American culture, and I'm sure other cultures, to actually go in a woman's house, go into her kitchen, and lift up the lid of her pots and look inside what's in her pots. a woman's kitchen is sacred, right? So I'm realizing here, like I was like, oh my God, I need a place with a kitchen. So here is a place with a kitchen. The kitchen is very beautiful. As a matter of fact, it's myself and it's another young lady actually that is, there's another two Airbnb guests, me and another sister, a young lady. And I noticed that yeah, we really go in the kitchen. I don't cook in the kitchen, and we make sure that when the sister is in the kitchen, we're not in the kitchen, and when she's not in the kitchen, we are in the kitchen and separately. None of us are never in the kitchen at the same time. And me and the young lady, we don't even cook or eat in the kitchen. And I know why. It's because that's that woman's kitchen. And as much as somebody could say, which is so nice, you got full range and you can like, do the full rain and you can like be in the kitchen. In actuality, something in you on a real deep rooted way knows that you can't really be in that kitchen. Like that kitchen is not your kitchen. And like, let's really blast this out and think about this metaphor here about the kitchen and the woman. That's her sanctuary. That's, as Queen Afua says, that's her kitchen healing laboratory. But it's deeper than that. It's her pots and her pans. It's like messing with somebody else's man. You know what I'm saying? It's like seeing somebody else's personal, intimate undergarment. Like I know it's like, is she going there? But it is deep. You don't feel, it ain't right to be up in somebody else's kitchen. Like they could say it, but it's everything. You're not gonna put the rags back the same way. You're not gonna put the plates back the same way. You're not gonna put the spices back the same way. It's somebody else's kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And that's something to black women, and even men that are cooking. Don't put your hand. Don't lift up my pots. Don't look inside. Not here. Like she always is like, you could use the kitchen, but I noticed that we don't. And I eat my meal out now, once a day. I don't eat once a day. So I just think it's so interesting that what I meant to say, this is something I learned during traveling, is I need my own kitchen. I need my own kitchen. So when I was in the DR and we went to the house, in a sense, the whole space was mine. So therefore, the kitchen was mine. Although the brother that I was with, he was doing all the cooking, it still felt like it was my kitchen. Even if though he was cooking for me in my kitchen. That kitchen is a very, 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 very important room. And when you don't know, you don't know. But when you do, you do. It's a deep metaphor. It's an African feeling, an African way that is that woman's kitchen, and you don't feel like you can go in that kitchen. Although you can, although they say you can, you're just a guest in that kitchen. Now the room is all mine, and like I said, it's not that the person makes you feel that way. This is the best. This host is. I would recommend this place to anybody. So it's not about that. It's about me. And I know because she was telling me like the young girl, like she I think she was just saying that the young girl seems like she's never in the kitchen when the host is in the kitchen. But the young girl feel the same. And the young girl's from Nigeria, so she know too. It's somebody else. It's the woman's kitchen. Do you understand the depthness of your kitchen and the ownership of your kitchen? And that the woman of the house should be the only one in the kitchen unless it's her daughters in the kitchen or her sisters in the kitchen. That's a whole nother thing. But I don't think strangers can be in your kitchen. It's gonna feel weird unless you're not there. You're not there, then yeah, that's their kitchen. Because what a woman needs to feel like is like Miss Bennington said, a woman needs her own kitchen. She needs to feel like that's her kitchen, not that she's sharing the kitchen with others. Other than that, you go outside and get your own food. And I really realized that, like, I was like, wow, like, that's one thing I learned about myself is that a woman's kitchen is her kitchen, and that kitchen will never feel like yours, and you know why, and you respect it, and even though somebody offer you the kitchen, no, especially if the woman uses the kitchen, it's her energy, her vibe. Especially if the woman has a man in the house, I don't think you feel comfortable with being in your that man's wife's kitchen. I tell you, the woman who rules the kitchen rules the world. I'm going to say it again. The woman who rules the kitchen rules the world. And at least the world that she's created, the world of her children, her husband, her family. That's why many African traditions, African American traditions, Caribbean traditions, you don't have another woman cook for your man. Like, I was thinking about this, the mistake number one in my marriage. So this is another thing when I was married. It's the first thing that I noticed. I remember when I first met my ex, and I wanted to show I was a raw foodist, so I ate nothing but healthy fruits and vegetables uncooked. And I wanted to show him some raw dishes. But I didn't have enough confidence in myself to present my own raw dishes. So I went to my friend who taught me about raw food, who was my teacher, and I asked her to make food because I wanted to give him some food. He was in love with that food. He was in love with the food. It wasn't my food, but he was in love with that food. I remember when he met the sister, I thought he was falling out over her. He was falling over her. It was disrespectful, but it was so, he kept saying, so you the one that made the food? Oh my God, see you as beautiful as the food tastes. And oh my God, he was, because it's true, that food was connected to that woman, was connected to her pot. And let's talk about what else we call a pot. You know what I'm saying? The woman's vagina, your vajayjay, in a sense, is your honey pot. So when you let somebody eat out of your pot, they're connected to your pot. And it makes them hot, okay? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, a woman need her own kitchen. Like, it's the end, it's the thing. And the kitchen, again, is the metaphor. It's not necessarily the kitchen. If you want to, let's talk about it metaphorically. The woman needs her own home. The woman needs her own say. The woman needs her own way. The woman needs that ownership of something, and her home tends to be that place. So I know I was like, why don't I just buy food and cook in the kitchen? Because it's not my kitchen. It ain't gonna feel like it. I'm gonna feel like I'm borrowing. I gotta hurry and get in and get out. But you don't. She doesn't make you feel. She wants you to stay as long as you want. You're not gonna do it. I realize that if I'm in a house and the host is in the house, I would rather the host cook the food and I eat the host food. Because then, in a sense, yes, I'm under her reign, but that's as it should be. The woman of the house is the queen of the home. So any other woman comes down in there, you ain't a queen no more, not of that house. You are a princess at best. You are, I don't want to say a subject, but you definitely are a woman who is visiting. And therefore, you should partake in the food of the host. So Marlene is the same way. I would never cook in Marlene's house. I never heard her tell me to cook in her house. She was the woman of the house. This is in the DR. I ate her food that she served me, but I never cooked in her house. I don't think she would even wanted me to, because I think she understood the idea of the woman's kitchen. That's why when I come home, I realize the place I love the most is my kitchen. It's the place I have the most control over. A woman has a vibe. I mean, I could see how, people talk about like somebody, in the Southern tradition, we call it putting roots on somebody. And a lot of times you did that through the kitchen. You would put herbs or spices or different roots, really literally in your, whatever your man or potential man you want food. Let's just call it what it is, okay? Sometimes people put root on you for bad things. Of course, roots was technically not probably the best thing you want to do somebody. It's not really positive, but it's the same thing with certain kind of voodoo, or like a lot of Rasta men don't eat from a woman when she's on her cycle, because they believe that the period blood, a lot of the women could put the period blood inside the food and control the man. They don't understand. You don't need to put no period blood up in the food to control the man. The food itself, and you cooking it, him eating it every day, controls the man. That's why there's a lot of men that will be out there doing the wrong things, aside women and all that, but they never leave the wife, because guess what? It's that cooking. The magic is in the pot. The magic is in the cooking. The magic is in the stove. The magic is in that room. That's a very magical room. And every female can't step up into your kitchen. Like, take this the way it is, because it's coming to you. And I don't know, I deeply, Trinidad reminds me of that's her kitchen, And yes, I could go in there and do some things. And yes, the young lady could come in there and do some things. The young lady's from Nigeria. I'm African. I'm African American. So we all have it, and we all kind of know. The most you might want to do is make some tea, and then, get out the goddamn kitchen, So, but I learned that about myself, that now I know that if I really want to cook, and let's talk about this part, if I really wanted to cook, I would have to actually be the only one in the house, whatever house I rent or Airbnb or whatever, to cook. But let's go back. Do I really want to cook? Do I really want to cook on my when I travel? I actually probably don't. I want to have a good cook. I want somebody that can cook for me, like the Rastas know, that I tell, that has that mentality, that understands the kind of precepts or the doctrines that as a Rasta, and I'm calling myself Rasta woman in Trinidad now. I will say that only because it is the way that I'm eating, the belief I have about food and nature and the way that things grow, the idea of herbs and spices, like from a Rasta perspective, then that what my mentality would be. I remember when I first came here 12 years ago, and I remember my friend who was a vegan too, and she says, "Oh yeah, well, if you say to non-Rastas, Trinidadians, that you don't eat meat, they be like, what? You don't eat meat? Like it's like what? Like it's crazy. At least it was. I think it's changed now. So they call you Rasta. Oh, you Rasta, but you don't have locks. So you Rasta because that's the only way they could equate that. Although there are Rastas that eat fish and definitely eat chicken too. So I'm not saying, but I'm talking about the liberty, the pureness is, yeah, you don't eat flesh. You know what I'm saying? You eat, right, you eat meat, and it's the meat is the fruit of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's a concept, right? And I realized that I like somebody to cook for me. I do somebody that understands my way, especially when I'm traveling. When I'm home, it's different. Although if I was in a place by myself, I would cook more, and I would like that. But that might feel like I'm home, and I don't really want to feel home. So the other thing I learned about traveling is I want healthy foods, but I probably don't want to cook it. I don't want to feel like I'm home, but I do want to feel like I'm home, if you know what I mean. I don't want all the routines of my normal life, but I do want to feel at home. And I do that. I feel that here. Like it's beautiful and it's tranquil and it's wonderful, but I just understand that a woman needs her own kitchen. And if she doesn't have it, she's not going to be able to be in another woman's kitchen because, like I said, it's like being with another woman's man. It ain't right. That's just something that I learned on my journey as I'm journeying through these countries and through life and through just this whole African way. I will always give it up to the woman of the house. I will always, you know, respect that woman of the house, and I do that by respecting where she creates her food. And that's just what that is. Thank goodness I have a refrigerator right there to myself, which is great. Well, though I could go, like I said, I could go out there. I haven't even went shopping for food, and I realized that my friend has a kitchen in his house. That's why I go in there, and he got pots and pans. So I decided that when we go there on the weekends, we'll cook. So we'll have food for a couple of days. Because I go over there anyway at night to eat. We just buy our food. We can just have it over there and eat the food, and especially on the weekend, we have more time to cook the food because there it's different for a man. I mean, I'm in there, so, and anyway, he's cooking, so, but we can get the food and buy the food and eat the food and cook the food. But I can't, no, I can't do that in another woman's kitchen. Can't do it. A woman needs her own kitchen. Do you understand? Let me know. I know a lot of you, I know I'm doing this video at a very interesting time, but I learned that. Again, like I said, I learned that I probably don't really want to cook anyway, but I don't want to eat unhealthily. So I do want a kitchen. Even if somebody comes in and cooks the food for me, I would love that because I actually want the tradition of the food, of the culture of the country. So I wouldn't mind having somebody of that culture and country come in and cook food or have food from mama. Like I love Trinidadian food. Trinidadian food, I know every day. I know. I'm going to talk about it. It's true. I had some delicious peas. I had peas, provisions, and a salad yesterday, and it was so off the dang chain. It's the most delicious food. It's rooted food. It's food from the ground. Provisions. Let's talk about this idea of provisions. Provisions are root vegetables. So of course, when you eat it, you feel more grounded. They're actually more hardy. So it allows you to, that lunchtime is so important in the Trinidadian life because you're working. And let's go back to the days of slavery when having those provisions, the very ones that you tilled and toiled the land as an enslaved African, was the very foods that you needed to continue to do that work. That's some very fortifying food. And like I said, anything that grounds you, that keeps you settled, that keeps you closer to the divine in a lot of ways. Even though you're being grounded, you're still close to the divine. When you're not eating all the time or eating a lot of junk food, you think better, you feel better, you're more connected, so you know which way to go and how to do it. And I realized that this is when I first stopped doing all raw, was because I was missing out on my provisions, on my root vegetables, and I did never felt grounded. I used to say I feel too high, like it was like, oh, people like, oh, you have this extreme energy, when you're raw. Oh my God, you're so high, but it don't feel normal. It feels kind of weird, and nobody needs to be like that all the time. You need that grounding. You need that firmly planted between heaven and earth. So that grounding is very important. And that's why I like to come to Trinidad. Trinidad too, like I said, I think the cooks are amazing, obviously. But I think the food is so delicious is because of the country and its location, its locale, its richness in natural resources, pitch, oil, they got cacao or cocoa. I mean, so many natural things that grow here. But it's also, and the lushness, the green, the rain, all of it. I had a banana the first day. Me and Clyde, we talk about there's no bananas right now, like Dago Martin bananas. I don't know if it's Trinity bananas or Dago Martin bananas, but let me tell you about these bananas. And for those that are foreign, or for those that are living on the island, any island, this is no surprise to you, but it might be a surprise because it's from a foreigner's perspective. Our bananas don't have a smell like yours. Like, matter of fact, I realize our bananas don't have a smell at all. Like, you don't know it. You think you're smelling bananas when you're in the States, those imported, exported into your country, into the country. Because remember, U.S. that we don't grow bananas. We don't have a climate that would grow bananas, right? I had a smoothie yesterday and the day before with the bananas that we bought in Dago Martin. It was instant. You don't need sugar, you don't need sweetener, you don't need nothing. It was the best damn smoothie. All I had was some smoothies, some non-sweet blueberries that I brought back from the States, that were imported too. So they were imported into the country. Yeah, terrible. And them blueberries, the bananas, and some spirulina and some seeds. That smoothie was the smoothest, the most delicious, the sweetest, the most nourishing smoothie I ever had, because it was them dang bananas. I and then yesterday I said, oh, we gotta get some more bananas. We did, and then Clyde, the bananas, I could smell them in the bag, but when he took that one peel off the banana, OMG, I can't explain it to you. The smell was so rich and so delicious and so sweet. That's what a banana is supposed to be. And I know you're thinking, our bananas have a smell. No, it don't. Our bananas are sweet. No, they're not. You ain't had a banana until you have a banana in the first of the place where it grows, and particularly a place that is so lush like Dago Martin, and the history even of Dago Martin, and how a large amount of the enslaved Africans were brought here, or were chopping sugar cane and doing things here. This is a very lush, kind of almost jungle like place, and it's beautiful. It's not, I won't say it's beautiful history, but it's very African. And even the Trinities know this is kind of the root place. This is like the African. It felt more Africa, and ain't nothing like the bananas, y'all. Like, it's everything. The food here is freaking amazing. Out of everywhere I went, it is the best food that I've had. It's the best fruits and vegetables that I've had. It is everything tastes so, I'm going to say something, like it's supposed to taste. But when you don't know, you don't know. See, we've been hoodwinked in the United States. We think we got the best of everything. Oh, we have the best food. GMO'd, processed, lied to, lied on food, picked too soon, all about profit. And then you come here and you be like, oh my God, what is this? I could cry literally, like, yes, I'm crying over a banana, y'all. It's something to taste and to experience, but to feel it and not even taste it. Somebody opens a banana and peels it, and you go, wait a second now, wait a second. I thought I was living life, but apparently I am so not living life, because I didn't have a banana like this. And what opportunity. So I learned something about myself, that there is quality out there in places that no one in the States told us. That I want the pure food. Like, Trinidad is so far, at least week one, Trinidad has been about the food because the food represents the purity of life. The food represents the purity of mind, of body. You understand? The food is essential to our evolution and I mean evolution as how do we continue the next generations to come? They have to have healthy foods, and I ain't never had nothing like this. So it has been a journey and a joy, and just to know like a little bit about Dagomar, like why, like let me tell you, I've been to Arima. Arima is so unique, and it's the Arawak and the Carib Indians kind of descendants. Of course, they black. I mean, their faces are black, but some of them are, you see the Indian in them. It's there, and they have a specific culture. So when you go to Arima, you're gonna feel like you're in another place. Like I said, Port of Spain is the city. So if you like the city, Western Main Road, you're going to have a ball. You can drink all day and listen to soca. That's not my style. So, I could take the city or leave the city. I mean, the savannah is beautiful. The city has so much to do. It's all good. I've been to Tunapuna, and I was there at an orphanage with children that had HIV, and it was, no, Tunapuna, no. And I don't know where else I've been, but Dago Martin. When I stepped into Dago Martin, I was just like, what is it? First of all, I noticed the people. They looked like me. They looked more African. They moved like African women. And then I noticed the lushness of the earth and the jungle type environment and the richness of it. And I was just like, wait a second, Dago Martin, like stop the goddamn what? That's why I know I gotta go to Tobago, because everybody told me Tobago food is so African. Tobago has that. Tobago's so beautiful, and I love somebody left. I won't want to leave. I'm already feeling y'all on Tobago, because even the brethren always says to me, you like this, wait till you go to Tobago. So I'm a Dago Martin girl, y'all. I'm gonna probably every time I come into Trinidad, I'm gonna be looking to go into Dago Martin. So it's a vibe for sure, and it's my kind of vibe. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm learning a lot about myself, what I like. So I like bush, I like true nature. Trinidad has that. I like trees, and I like trees that bear fruit. That's another thing about the islands, that you walk everywhere and you see so many fruit trees. I don't think I got a chance to do that in the DR, where like there was one we went to the countryside, see the countryside in the DR. Then you get to see like we had the mangoes, eat the mangoes the mangoes were so dang good. But here, like, everybody has somebody, like it's a lot of trading. Somebody has a coconut tree, or they grow mangoes, or they have sugar cane, or they have limes, which look like lemons to us, but they call them limes. Bananas, it could be whatever. And whatever you don't have and your neighbor have, you trade with them. You say, oh, I brought you some mangoes, and they'll say, oh, I have some plums or whatever is in season. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. People growing carrots and all kinds of provisions, and there's a lot of food on the island, and there's a lot of food in this country. And I hope nobody is hungry, but I'm sure, because the system is a system, that they probably are. But it's very, very beautiful to eat well, and you know why. You can look around and just see all the beauty and go, well, the water here, like I'm drinking alkaline water, and I'm forgetting he's getting it from a particular place, and I gotta see where. But they're filtering the water, of course, so it's not like they have waterfalls. So there's a place in Dagomar that's called Blue Basin Waterfalls, and I've been there. And a lot of people go there, and they call it taking a spring bath. And a lot of the Rastas go there, wash their hair in the springs, and it's very healing water. And I used to go when I was here. I could actually walk. My friend lives off. He lives off of Blue Basin Road, or Blue Basin. Yeah, I'm gonna say Blue Basin Road. Let's just call it that. And so it's a straight walk right to the waterfalls and right back. So it's beautiful. Oh my God, that beautiful clean water. So I feel like this trip, so another thing I learned, that every country it will bring out a different mood. And this mood for me is, and I remember that, it's about, I don't know what I gotta say, it's about healing. Like the spring water baths, the taking the spiritual washes, the eating the ital food, the sitting in nature, the walking through on the road in nature, the reasoning sessions, that's the talking that, Rastas call it reasoning, when you sit and you talk about things of a higher perspective, the reflecting, just the sitting. It's a as you know, I know Trinidad is known for Carnival, but it is it's very still could be very tranquil and laid back. But it's a lot going on. So don't get me wrong. You crossing them streets, it's cars. Now another thing, I love the way y'all drive here because I was in the DR and I love y'all Dominicans, but that driving, I don't understand the driving. Why is that going on? I got to ask and think about why that driving in the Dominican is so off the hook, you know. People used to say the driving in Trinity is off the hook. No, you can't. But I heard that the driving in Jamaica is off the chain too. Like, that's some difficult. But I don't know. I feel like it's normal here. Like I feel like, with the exception of that you'll drive on the left side of the street, that one throws me off. It's so funny because I'm always going to the car on the driver's side, thinking that that's the passenger side. It takes my mind a little. It's going to take me a few days to kick in that I'm supposed to be on the right side instead of the left. I think it's something like that. It's the opposite side of where I would be if I was driving in the States. So they do drive on the left side of the street here, just so you know. So if you get a car, it might throw your butt off a little bit. And I don't know if that's because there was British rule. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, it seems very European, so I'm just thinking it's a British thing, and you know what? It don't even matter. They drive on the left side of the street, so know this. But I could sing the praises here, and I know there's a lot. You know, something that my friend said to me last night. He was like, you know, what's so beautiful is that you're highlighting the positive things about Trinidad. Anybody can hear about the negative stuff, but there's a lot. They have a lot of culture. Like they celebrate their folklorian culture. They have a lot of festivals celebrating the culture, way more than I think we have as African Americans. I think on an individual level, especially if you talk about a Pan-African or Afrocentric level, then yes, we're celebrating different Kwanzaa events, but we don't do it as a whole country because black people, America don't feel like our country because it's not. Look at what we share with all these other people. I feel like when you come to a place like Trinidad, the African emancipation there, you know, their Independence Day from European colonialists. Like that's heavily celebrated. The whole country is affected. The carnival is affected. Whatever event that they're going through. There's another one that's coming up in the next, in the 20th or something. I forget what day, but we're going to it. It's something of the Republic, something Republic holiday. When you were separated from the Republic, which I don't really know, but I'm gonna get more information. But anyway, it's a country that celebrates together. I think that that's a beautiful thing, and I like that kind of nationalism that I don't think Black Americans have because we're so split up in a country that really doesn't feel like ours. So we don't know what that feels like to celebrate a culture as one. Yeah, I know. It's interesting, but we don't have that, and then we could say we do, but we don't, because when you come here or you come places like this, you actually feel like this is a celebration, and the people in the country are celebrating it together, and I love that. You know, I love that. I'm gonna say this. I love also. I don't know, but I can't say because can I go into a country and know no one, or can I go into a country and just like be solo and like just be not, I actually like being with people when I'm traveling around a country, especially I like being with a native. My number one thing is I want to be with somebody that knows the terrain. So my friend Clyde's like, yeah, you can catch the Maxi and go into Arima and go into here and go into there. And I was like, you know what? No, I like to be driven around. So I'm just saying, I'm going to tell you what I like. Because I'm at an age where I don't want to be getting in the back and forth on the buses, or I'm sorry, the Maxis or the taxis, right? But I will if I have somebody that's from here or somebody that's been here a lot that they're comfortable enough to travel around. At my point in my life, I'm not trying to conquer like, oh, I traveled all over on the Maxis. No, 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 that's okay. I would like you to come get me or have somebody that tours me around and shows me things that I would not see. And when I was in the Spanish immersion program in the DR, Irene, I want to thank you so much, the sister, because she was my other teacher. And I took, carro público, that's the public cars. I took the motoconchos. I took the regular transportation because that's how we got around. And I was thankful for that. but it was exhausting at the end of the day because it's, but it's definitely an experience. But I'm realizing at my age, I would rather see go to a Rima, go to Tuna Puna if we have to, or wherever we're going to go, Maraval, or, I just want to do it in the car, Although I know you get that real experience, I don't need the stress. I don't need that stress. I don't need the stress. So I learned that about myself these days. It's like, oh girl, like you want to be driven around and it's okay. And listen, y'all, I know some of y'all want to do a meetup. So if you in Trinidad, if y'all want to do a meetup with me, let's get a place that we all could go. Because it would be really unfair for me, the foreigner, to meet y'all all in where y'all live when this is y'all country. Y'all need to be coming up to me because y'all know I don't know nothing about it. Don't have me on the maxis trying to meet you and then you and then you and then you. And it's not really fair. And since I'm the guest, I would like to be treated as such. I've learned that about myself. So if y'all want to see me, work it out. I need one of y'all to pick a place that we're gonna go, that we're gonna have a meetup. I need y'all to do this. Y'all country. This not my country. Like, show me the Trinidadian hospitality. I want to see it because I see it a lot. But if anybody's watching, and I'll talk to one sister who I know, we talked about meeting up. I think y'all should get a place that's central, that everybody can get to, and then we have a proper meetup with everybody in one place. And then whoever is hosting, you could come and figure out a way to send me a car to pick me up so that I could get to the place and back, so that I would feel good and I feel safe and I feel loved and I feel respected. I am not a youngster. I am an oldster now. I'm, I'm 52, so I'm not as into that challenge of, get on the public transportation by yourself. No, thank you. Don't want to do that anymore. I mean, one time, or no, but I'll get on all day with you. Now, if you want to come, anybody that really wants to see me, you want to come get me and be like, let me come get you. And then we take the maxis all over. I would love that because I could see it from your eyes. I'm not stressed out on what stop I got to get off at and where am I now? Or I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to do it. I'm at another age, y'all. I'm sorry. When you're in the 50s, the life change, like it's like you just don't want to do it. So, and I don't feel like I'm going to go for a walk. Now, if you told me to walk through the day, if you was in walking distance, I would walk to see you. Or you would walk to see me and then we walk back to see you. But I'm just saying my personality, like I think what I learned about myself is honesty is the best policy, and the honesty of who I am and what I am and where I've been and where I've gone. I think that it's important. I think that we have to teach people how to treat us. And that's not just in relationships. That's not just a female teaching a man how to treat her. It's teaching everybody how to treat you. I think that at some point we get to a certain level. I think age has to be respected. This is the reason why I say my age all of the time. So that people understand I'm not a youngster. So there's certain things I've already done. I don't rush to do those things anymore. But what I would like to do, I want to get out and I want to see you, but I don't want the hassle of trying to get to you and getting on the wrong bus or getting on the wrong this or, you know, I don't want it. I don't want it. I want you to come see me or hook it up the right way and I'm boldly saying this because I think as women, we don't know our worth. We don't even know our worth with other women. I told you, I'm in this new thing, like I'm manifesting my best friend, right? She's not here yet, but she's coming. And I realized that what I want from my relationship with my sister friends is just as important than the relationship that I want with a male. If you got it, I mean, I need you to understand what I need, and then you can understand what you need, and then we could decide if we could be friends or acquaintances or whatever. But in the traditionally, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be as bold as to say, when a queen or king or somebody that is of note or giving something, you have to make sure they get around. In a very small community that I lived in when I was in California, we were part of this Afrocentric community. Anybody that came in to do a talk or like we didn't call them meetups then, people would actually come in and people would actually pay them to, even if it was $10 per person, somebody would pay that person to come in so everybody could see them. But we would make sure that person got picked up from the airport, picked up from the hotel once they were there, brought to the venue, brought back home. It was just that respect that you give. You say, hey, I want to hang out with you. So I need to make sure that it's easy for you so I can do it because I really want to see you. So the idea of that is very important. And I want to thank Candace. You know, Candace, I don't know if you're watching, but sister, you did that. When I was in Queens and I was actually speaking, we spoke at your house. I spoke at your house and we had the women's circle. You picked me up from my sister's house. You took me back down to my sister's house and you coming all the way from Queens and she was in Brooklyn. But that's what we do. So sometimes I think as queens, we have to teach our young ladies how to treat us. It's like I'm respecting that woman's pots. I'm respecting that woman's kitchen. You have to respect my pot and my kitchen as well. But I have to do it first. So yeah, I prefer if you know anybody want to see me, I want to see you too. I just want to make it easy for me. This is not my country. Show me your country. And when you show me your country, you show it to me by showing me yourself. Show me how. What can we do? Where can you come get me? Can you send a car? Can you send your cousin? Can you send Clyde? Somebody said very traditional Trini name. Can you send Clyde? Can you send somebody to come get the sister? Okay, go get the sister. We need her. We're gonna meet with her. We're gonna take her to the place. Make sure she got a ride back. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that, y'all. I know I want to say I see 26 people, but I see 5 thumbs up. If you're feeling this, please thumbs up because I know you're listening intently, so you might not, thumbs up. But I would ask you if you could, please. I wouldn't mind because I think what I'm saying is we as seasoned women, we have to learn, we have to have respect because we're giving so much, and to ask we need to ride. So I told Clyde, he's like, yeah, you know why I'm not here. You can go here. No, 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 no. I'll just wait for you to get off because I need to be driven around. I couldn't believe it came out of my mouth, but it did. Like at this age in my life, I ain't taking no maxi taxi. I did that. I did it. I want you to know. I did it. When I first came, I did maxis, taxis. That was the only way we didn't have a car. Although a lot of people came. No, actually, I met Clyde. You had a car. I didn't hardly do it too much, but I did do it. So I had my experience. When I was in the DR, I rode the maxi taxi so I could roll the maxi taxis out. I used to spend almost 6 to 8 hours a day with my girl Irene going here to the museums and here and that and that. By the end of the day, I was so dang tired. I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. So I would like to, yeah, that's just what's up. So it's all about my own kitchen. It's all about protecting your pots. And at this point, I done paid my dues, and now I want to see all of y'all. Let's organize it. So who's gonna do it? Let me know. Okay, let me go see. Hey, Margot Locust Fuentes. Good morning. Thank you. Be blessed. You too. Hey, Lakeisha. Good morning. SC Ideas. Oh yes. Oh today. Oh, thank you, SC Ideas. I appreciate it so much. And the sister Wendy, I think yesterday you sent me something, and I want to say thank you. And that's SC. That's you. I'll look and I'll see. I thank you. Lakeisha says, I was raised that way. The kitchen is the woman's sanctuary. Yes. Yes, that kitchen is serious business. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad to know everybody else knows about this because, right, this is good, right? Queen Lex says, yes, I get very abrasive when people even try to invade my space in my kitchen. I even had to check my mother. Yes, so Queen understands. When it comes to your man, you're completely correct. You cook your man's food. Don't let another woman do that. Causes problems. You better believe it. See, Lisa, you understand territory well. So many people don't. Ashe, thank you, Queen. Lakeisha says, yes, Queen Lex. Some people don't understand at all. Yes. Deborah says, greetings, Lisa Marie, greetings. Nicole Edwards says, good morning, good morning. Abby says, good morning, Lisa. There's no food like Caribbean food, in my opinion, none at all. Go to the blood, yes, Snuggles, I'm going in Tobago. Everybody got a cousin Clyde. That's what I know. I love it, cousin Clyde. I was like, Clyde, that is traditional, okay? That is Trinidad all the way. So I love it. But I'm just, thank you for the thumbs up too and all that. I appreciate that. I want to say if I could be bold and brave and to say the respect that I'm giving other women and that at the same time I want to teach you how to respect me as well. I feel like it gives all of us to say, hey, you know what? I did drive around kids for years, you know? You know what? I did take public transportation for years, but I'm older now. It was like, did you see, I remember I was on Facebook and somebody showed a picture of New York City. of all these men sitting down on the train, and this woman, older woman obviously, with bags in her hand, standing up. And so many people commented and said this is a normal thing. Pregnant women will stand and the men will sit. We have to, as women though, we have to start. Women will probably get up for another woman before a man does, and that's not cool. But at least we women know. So we have to respect women. And like I said, I respect her kitchen. I'm not going in that damn kitchen, okay? No, we're not going to do that. But thank you. And I wanted to let her know, like, the other sister ain't going either because she's Nigerian and she know that's your dang kitchen. And ain't nobody going to go up in there because you be cooking up in that kitchen and that food be smelling good. What we need to work out is how, if you wanted to, like, cook it, we pay you because that would be great. And then it would be, like, proper. It would be respectful. We pay her for the meal if she wanted that. Whatever. Other than that, it don't make a difference to me. I'm gonna go cook at my brethren's kitchen, and we're gonna be happy. But also that part of I was thinking about, like, oh my God, people like, oh my God, I want to meet up, I want to meet up, I want to meet up, and I'm thinking, okay, but I don't travel and get in the I don't want to do it, and I it's not being snobbish. I'm 52, and when do you get to queen status? Like when when does that happen in your life? Well, you are now a queen, and you should at least be picked up and taken places and brought home because you're giving something when you meet with everybody. I'm going to give you as much love and much power and empowerment and inspiration that I could give you. But I'm going to be a little stressed out when I know I got to get back on that maxi. I hope it's not too late. I can't even stay out too late because I'm not going to travel at night. I don't know the country. I don't know the customs. People are going to know I'm a foreigner. I'm just trying to eliminate some stuff so I can have a great experience in Trinidad, and that's all I will report. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? So we must respect other women as black women, and we must respect ourselves, or nobody else will. And your girlfriends and your female friends, you have to, again, teach them how to treat you just like you think you have to teach a man. We women we have to go back to our ancient ways of understanding that this woman deserves just that little bit of respect. The respect is just the minimum, okay? As Lauryn Hill said. So yeah, I'm just putting it out there. So, but I'm learning that about myself. So I just wanted to share with y'all things that I'm realizing about myself as a menopausal woman, a Asian woman gracefully, a sistren. We move differently. It's just a different move. I see it the way I moved here 12 years ago to now. My God, I've grown so much. I've grown so much, and I like the growth. So yeah, some women will say it's okay for you to use their kitchen, but then might get a tiny attitude. I believe that. If you try, so you and that other young woman are right for doing what you do. Queen, I feel it even. I feel it. Like I'm not saying this one, but I could feel like, yeah, I think it's cool, but I don't think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think she might not even know it's not cool. Like, if we did it, I could tell she might feel a certain way. Like, I could understand, like, she would, because, like, I see all women, every time I come, when I used to come and the brethren's mom was in the kitchen, when a woman's in the kitchen, her presence is in the kitchen. When a woman's in the kitchen, she even looks bigger than her normal size in the kitchen. Isn't that magical? It's so much her space that she appears the kitchen. And it is the most amazing spiritual thing when you see it that you get. This is the kitchen. I'll be going in the kitchen. I'll be like, oh, I'm just going. You should see me. I'll be going in the kitchen with she and I'll be like, oh, I'm just picking up my cup. I said, okay, I'm gonna make my smoothie because then the refrigerator in the kitchen broke down and the technicians was here and she had to take everything out the fridge, And I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna make my smoothie in here. Like, I mean, it was. She ain't had to say nothing. I knew. And I'm going to tell her, she has a mistake. That's his thing wrong. That's his the right. That's his like, look, I'm just going to go in here when you're not, and I'm just going to make some tea real quick. And a woman needs her own kitchen. This is an 87-year-old woman that told me that one. I'm going to respect that. A Trinidadian. Miss Lorna Benningcourt, I want to thank you. She said, I tried to tell him. I said, I know, girl. She said, a woman need her own kitchen so much. What she say is, I'd rather have been in the house with the bathroom outside than have to sit up there with him and his mama because that ain't right. Now, the women that can do that, that's good with you. I don't personally, you need your own space, and I do too with grown women. It's like your child grows up, and after a while, you have to be having issues. It's not because you're a bad mother and she's a bad daughter. It's because now it's two women. And women need to decide, and somebody got to take reign up in that house. And if it ain't the original queen of the home, it's going to be chaos. Even in those polygamous relationships, you better respect the head queen or the first wife or what. And I won't even talk about the prostitution, but they call it the bottom, bitch. Oh yes, you better come to her first. I'm just trying to say there is a reign. Okay, there are hierarchies. Okay, there's positions, and we all need to get inside information. Okay, so but at the same time, you have your formation, your level as well, and you want that respect that you're giving. So I'm at a point in my life, a point on YouTube, a point in the information that I give where I feel like, come get a sister. Make sure I got to ride back and forth in this country that is not mine. Show me what you're made of, Trinidad. Show me what you're made of. So another thing too, let me just say this on a real level, ladies, for that are traveling, and I think that you're going to think this is important. You can take or leave it. Somebody could say, oh yes, honey, oh, I love your videos. I want to take you around, or I love it. Okay, I don't know you. Now, this could be the greatest setup. If I was going to set somebody up, this could be the way to do it. Be like, so yeah, meet me at, so this what happens. So you meet the person there, you get robbed blind. Let's just say, hey, if y'all don't want to hear the real, then click out right now. But let me just say this. You get robbed blind, you go to the police and you say, did you know the person? No. Where did you meet them? On YouTube? Okay, stop it. Nobody want to talk to me anymore. How do you meet people you don't know? So it has to be, you got to be careful traveling and being on YouTube. Anybody, trolls, can get on and be like, oh, I love you, I watch you, meet me here. Now, you don't know the country. Now, see, that's not sensible for my Brooklyn side is coming out on that one. But even Clyde said to me, oh, you want to be careful with that, like just meeting people. You don't know who's on the other side. I don't know. You got to understand that too. Besides the fact that I don't need to be taking 5 maxes or 1 or 2, I don't need to do it. Let's be smart as travelers, especially as a woman traveler. You got to understand I need to be smart. And I'm not just a woman traveler. I'm on YouTube. So my exposure is a little greater to all kinds of nonsense. So I'm probably can't meet nobody unless we gonna do it. There's a place. It's the so and so hall, or it's the so and so restaurant, or it's the so. And then you know what I'm saying? It'll be better. So I think that we need to be safe. That's all I'm saying. Yes, says Queen Lex. Oh my God, yes, says Queen Lex. Abby says, I don't like anyone in my kitchen either. My grandmother always said, no kitchen is big enough for 2 women. See, there you go. See, this is the kind of sayings that we need in diaspora to talk about. Everybody gets it, huh? That kitchen thing is real, isn't it? Yes. Good morning. Hey, Michelle. Hey, LaCroix. Good morning. Welcome. Please visit the La Vega estate or the Asa Wright Nature Center. I think you'll love feeding the hummingbirds and seeing the butterflies and flowers are gorgeous. Now, Michelle, isn't that amazing? Now, my sister Anne Marie, I trust her. Anne Marie been following me for years. Anne Marie is one of my subscribers, and I trust her. And Anne Marie, do you know that's where she wants me to come to Arima, and we're gonna go to the Asa Wright Nature Center. Yes, she thought of that. She said you would love that. So I'm definitely gonna go. That's right, Lakeisha. I'm definitely gonna go, and hopefully, Anne Marie, we could work it out. So we'll be talking, so we could work it out. But Anne Marie, I'm that's the second time, so you know that's meant to be. So yeah, I'm gonna figure it out, or get somebody to take me somewhere, just to let somebody know who you are. I think another thing I love about having somebody as family in the country you visit is you ain't out here by yourself. If you don't come home, you know what I'm saying? If you don't come home, or you get lost, or somebody take your cell phone or whatever it is, somebody is going to be on alert. Like, you know what? She was with me. This is my friend or my family, and she out there, and I didn't see her again. I didn't see her again. So, make sure your people know where you be going, because it's very important. Very important. Yes, the kitchen is very real. Yes, Lakeisha, just tune in. What's with the kitchen? Oh, the kitchen combo, Miss Vine and Roses. We were just talking about this saying that the Trinidadian mama told me one time, is that a woman needs her own kitchen. And we were just kind of really, breaking down that metaphor, because I'm in a house with a kitchen, and the sister's like, oh, everybody can use the kitchen, but the 2 women here, me and the other one, we never use the kitchen, because you can't use no other woman's kitchen. Everybody knows this. Especially the woman's in the house, you can't use the kitchen. Now, if the woman not in the house, you can use the kitchen, but not, I mean, they living in the house. You're not going to use the kitchen. No, you're not going to do it. So, and we just talking about the importance of the respect of when a woman should know that, like, not the woman that offer. That's a nice thing. She's supposed to offer. That's a thing. But we're saying about, are we supposed to say yes? Yeah, we're supposed to say thank you and be polite, but we know we ain't using that person's kitchen because it ain't right, you know? And we just talking about the respect of black women, respecting each other and respecting the queendom and respecting the reign of a person. And so then I talked about my own wanting to go see people, but I can't see everybody, and that is more taxing on me in another country. How can we organize it where I get a rush, somebody come get a car and come get me and make sure that I get home? And I said, like I said, call Clyde, call whoever you call to make sure that I'm okay. So just that etiquette, that just respecting women, that black women respect the kitchen, and when your favorite YouTuber comes to town, hook her up, make sure she good so she can get around, and you know what I'm saying? It's important. So, all right, queens. Yes, okay. So, ladies, I love you. Thank you for the donation. Ladies, continue to donate. Your girl is going to Tobago. And I was, because Clyde has to be with his mom, because, you know, like I said, she can't be left alone. So I was like, well, Clyde, you know, I'm going to be going to Tobago by myself. He's like, no, wait a second, I'll work it out. Like, I'm not going to let you go to Tobago by yourself, because I feel like, this is what he says to me. He says to me from the first time I came 12 years ago, the way you come is the way you need to go back. So, excuse me, if anything happens to you, everybody gonna be looking at me. And I love that. And actually my friend in DR, I'm gonna give it to you too, Jesus, said the same thing. Anything happen to you, they're gonna be looking at me. So you are my responsibility. So I'm not gonna let you go to Tobago right now. Not that you couldn't. I'm just not gonna feel good knowing you there and I don't know what's going on. So I that's respect. That's love, that's caring. And I need that. When I travel, I look for loving, caring people. I look for people to be my family. And when I was in the DR, I had family, from Marlene to the Perez sisters to even Jesus and his family. So I wasn't alone. And out here, I'm not alone. I don't like that feeling. I think as Africans, we should be able to go into any black country and immediately people say, hey, I know you in town. I heard you in town. I'm going to come get you. I know you in town, this and that. I'm going to make sure you're okay. That is the African way. I'm going to introduce you to you in Dago Martin, my cousin down the street. I'm going to go introduce y'all. You know, that's what they was doing for me in the DR. People was hooking me up, making sure I knew, so everybody knew this woman's in town. Something happened, we know something happened. So it's just the respect and the love, and I want to be that. You know, my body, my spirit, my mind at this age, it doesn't want to do the things I used to do. You know, you got to understand that there's 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds, you know, travel vloggers, and they do their thing. I'm a 52-year-old, so it's going to look a little bit differently. What I think is exciting. The other thing is I probably can't see everything at once, so I kind of move with. I think this is a time for me to be writing, but I do want to get out, and I do want to meet my sisters. Let's organize a meetup, even if it's just 3 of us. I'm going to talk to my girl, Anne Marie. Even if it's just 2 or 3 of us, whoever wants, you want to meet me? Let's organize it. So that y'all know, I know it's a place. I can tell Clyde it's this place and this place, so he know where it is too. And then he could probably drop me off. Y'all make sure I get home. And we can have a good old time. And y'all can tell me all the things I need to see. All right? All right. I love you, ladies. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Again, ladies, my confidence class, and I know because I do, people always say, you got so much confidence. I have to. That's the only way that I'm going to move forward. And if you don't feel like you're moving forward, then it's because we need to build up that confidence. And I have an intensive $77 special early bird. It will be $97. Join. My Patreon, I got another video for y'all today. That's 3 in a row. Patreon group gets special videos, particularly for the group. Go to it. There's different levels that you can pledge where you'll get a certain amount of things for your pledge. It helps me considerably. I can always take the cash. You can go to my Cash App and donate, and my PayPal is even, both of them would work for me. And also support the videos by liking, sharing, subscribing, and have a conversation. I love your comments. Your comments feed me, and you help me with the history. I want to big up. Let me tell you my goal. is to enlighten and highlight the best in us as black people in the diaspora. It means diaspora means out the African diaspora, blacks outside of Africa. I'm not coming to Trinity to make nobody look bad. I'm coming to Trinity to highlight all this that I see, the beauty, the family life, the joy, the happiness. I know it's a lot of things, but why would I come for that when there's so much culture here, so much richness? Trinidadians, and you gotta know, Black Americans, they don't know a lot about Trinidadians. They think they do, but they don't. You're not, your festivals, your only Carnival, and mostly Trinity still go to Carnival, so, from the States. So y'all need to be highlighted for who you are. We, Black Americans, go to Jamaica, and they mostly go to resorts, so they don't even really see maybe the true Jamaica either. But Trinidad, no, and we need to. Great, beautiful country, and I like to be the one that will highlight that for y'all. A lot of richness, a lot of culture, a lot of deep, like I feel very deeply rooted, deeply grounded, and deeply spiritual here. And I thank y'all for opening up your arms. So just open up a little wider and help me get around if you want to see me. It would be the most, I would love to go around with y'all and y'all show me things. I just want to know I'm going to be there, I can be safe, and I can come back. Simple, okay? All right, I'm done. I'm 31 and travel like I'm 50. That's my loud. Yeah, I have to be comfortable and don't need or like a whole lot of excitement. There you go. Love, love, love. Hey, Miss Calamar, yes. And you know what, I love it. Like, yes, I know. It's funny because me and Clyde laugh. Like, we used to be listening to the soca all day. We used to be trying to catch all the dances at the HQ, Rasta. We used to be like, now we laugh. We cut off the radio and we reason. We talk. We're different now. It's a different life, a different time, and it's so much more meaningful. It's so much more meaningful. Like today, I'm going to walk to the Starlight Shopping Center because it's a straight walk, so I could get that feeling, get that humidity, that chill. Then I'm going to come back and do some work and write, and then I'm going to chill out. But I'm loving the mode. Although I would like to get out, I just need y'all to help me. Don't have me on these maxis like that, y'all. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Do me right. Come get me. Make it work for me. Make it work for my while and make me feel welcome and safe. I need that. We all do. Isn't it much if women would ask for what they want? Everybody want to be pampered. Everybody want to be respected, and everybody want to be loved. And I'm requesting to you that I don't want to meet you taking the maxi. I don't want to do that. I did that a lot. I'm a grown woman now. It ain't no thrill. If I go to a country and never do the public transportation, I'm good. Unless that's the only way, then I'm gonna be on the public transportation. Other than that, it's not necessary. I mean, it's an experience. I've had it. I've been here. This is either my 5th time or my 6th time. So I've done all of that. I've done all of that. But don't say that because I'll be lying. I'll say that now, then I'll be doing a video, be like, I'm on the maxi. By myself, we'll see. All right, Queens, I love you. Thank you. I know I'm on mellow. It's a mellow mood. And I'm going to go sit out on that deck because it's not raining yet. And I'm going to go and drink my smoothie that I'm about to make right up in here, okay? Because we're not about to do that kitchen thing. We're not about to do that kitchen life because I respect the queen. I'm love. Okay? You know what? It's funny. I got to show you this. I promise I'm going to go because you're going to appreciate this. I told the queen of the house because she's like, oh, most of the time when we have our guests, we just stay in the room. And I was like, no, don't do that. It's your house. I said, I would love to come in and you and your husband is sitting on the couch. Don't let nobody make you not feel like, I said, I think what people love when they travel is being with a whole family. And one of the things is walking in the house and seeing y'all sitting out on the deck or seeing you on the couch or like this is your house. I don't care if Airbnb or not. This is my house and you're a guest. I want you to be yourself because it makes me feel more at home when I see you in your house, in your chair, in your couch, and watching I love it. But she explained to me they don't really sit in the living room a lot anyway. They don't really watch TV. It's okay. But I just needed her to know, please, don't let me or nobody make you feel like you can't be in your own home. Like, because it makes me feel like that I'm not in a home. I want to be in a home. That's what I like. I like home or home. I don't know. I know the Jamaicans don't really say the H Do you Trinities not say the H either? Do you say tree instead of three? I like it. Not making fun. I think it's cool. Abby says, I do not take mass transit here, so definitely don't do it when I travel. Call me bougie. I don't care. Me too. Abby, I love you. Okay, so let me just say it. This is what I told Clyde. I said, Clyde, I drive my own car where I live. I don't know. Is there even mass transportation in North Carolina? Okay, there's buses. I don't know. Like, this is the South. I'm in the South now. Like, you don't really get around unless you have a car. So I don't want to come somewhere else and do it. Like, it's true. And listen, y'all. I did the DR up. Like, it was massive. It was more than a normal person would do. And no, I'm not. I'm good. I'm good. Like, I was like, okay, woo. And you got to be fast. And remember too, y'all, for y'all that's not from the States, or you live in the Caribbean, I just like to, and you may have never been to the States, or maybe you have. You got to understand. So when we call the taxi, now you can do Uber. You can do Uber. I'm sure you can do share, but most people do an Uber. They do an Uber is by itself. A taxi, you call the taxi, it's just you. You can do share, but it's not like people do it. So here, just like in the DR, you take the maxis or the taxis. You're in there with a whole. Well, the maxis to me is like a small bus. So of course you're with other people, but the taxis is two. It's three, four, or five of y'all in the taxis as well. So I'd be like, you got to hurry up and get in, and then it's the traffic, you got the dirt, and then it's raining too here, y'all, and it's muddy, it's raining, and it's muddy, and people are squeezing in, and you got to make it, and you got to, I'm 52. Like, I'm looking at, this is a lot of work here. Like, it's a lot of work, and I just ain't for the life no more. So I think that it's okay because it was at a time where we didn't have to do that once we got of a certain age. We have to bring that Africanness back and that culture back that says, Queen, we get it. You don't have to. You're not looking down on the people that do. I'm not a spring chicken like I used to be. And so it's just exhausting for me to do it when I would rather get picked up, check this out, and have all that energy and that love and that what you want from me will be available to you because I ain't stressed out on trying to figure out if I'm on the right maxi, going the right way, going the right, I don't like it. I don't do stress. That's another thing in the 50s that you learn. I don't do stress. Stress is very not good for you. And if I think that when I start thinking about taking public transportation in another country, I could feel the stress. I said, oh no, this is just thinking about it. I don't want to do that. So I love y'all. If you like this video, share with other people. If you felt it, let other people know about it. I'ma do me. Spring chickens ain't trying to do it. That's why I love it. Queen Lex said, and I am a spring chicken, and I still don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I love you for that. So, yeah, ladies, know your travel. This is what we're talking about, our travel style, designing our own travel. Like I said, Clyde fully knows now. He started laughing. He's like, I hear that. Like, he got it. Like, you got to let these people know. Like, Clyde, no, you good, right? What time you get off work? Okay, that's when we were Saturday, Sunday. Oh, you got off? Oh, cool. We just be waiting for you then because this is no problem. That's right. Lakeisha said, I'm in my 30s and I don't do stress. You would want to not do that. It's not a good thing. So, your own kitchen. Very powerful conversation today. For those that got it, they got it. And I think that more of you will. If I could be an example to how you should be treated, then I'm going to be that example. I feel you. Take cabs, Uber in Vietnam for less than $2. Oh, hey, hello, nah. That's right. I love that. Now, that price is right, too. Love that. Very much so. So I give thanks. I give praises to you all. You are appreciated. I love you. I am having an experience, a spiritual experience for sure, in this country. And I'm so glad I'm here. I'll see you in the next video, ladies. This is Lisa Marie of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. Love you, queens. Peace and blessings.